Come on, log in. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Welcome. Hey, y'all. Elder Margaret, what's up? Hey, let's go. We are excited. Coffee and Conversations, it's back. Let's do it. What's up, Elder?
We do not own the rights to this music.
We do not own the rights to this music. We don't own the rights to this music, but we are going in tonight. Tonight, we're going to be talking tonight. Come on in the room. Let me know you're in the room. Come on. Come on in the room. Let me know you're here. Elder Shepherd, what's up? Let's do it. Let's go. I'm so excited. Let me know you're in the room. Come on. Let's go. Tonight, we're going to be talking about a great conversation. I need you to like and share this. Coffee and Conversations. We back like a bad habit. Let's go. Like and share. Welcome to share. Come on. Let's get these numbers up. Listen, I got an hour. I don't have long to play this game. Let's go. So check this out. While you're liking and sharing, while you're putting your friends on it, while you're doing all that you got to do, we want to make sure that we are having this great conversation tonight. Tonight, we're going to be talking about something that is so important to our community, that's so important to the Black experience, and I think we need to discuss it. It's happening in our nation. We're going to be talking about the COVID-19 vaccination. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the COVID-19 vaccination, and I've got two people tonight who are going to be helping us as we talk about this COVID-19 vaccination. I'm excited to have them on. I'm going to bring them on. We're going to start the conversation. Do me a favor as I'm bringing them on. I need you to like and share. This tonight. We're talking about vaccines and vaccinations. I know. And so the first person I'm going to bring on he is a former pharmacist, my big brother from another mother. He has a great background. Right now he's a project manager working in the healthcare system. Mr. Arnold Payne, we get ready to bring him on. Welcome, AJ. Come on.
Hey, how you doing?
We are talking about the COVID-19 vaccination, and I need to bring him on to talk about that. Our next person we're bringing on is none other than somebody who is extremely important to me. She is not only a member of the Renewed Church, she is also my cousin. She is Miss Holland. You'll see our screen name, Miss Holland, the RN. Chanel Holland is coming on the screen.
Hello.
Welcome, Chanel.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on. I need everybody who is like this, share it. Let's get these people on. I want to talk about something that is affecting our community. COVID has affected the world. It's going on all around the world. We have a vaccine, and Black people are scared to take it. And so I want to make sure that we, whatever your viewpoint is, wherever we stand at on it, you're rightfully whatever you feel. But I want to have great conversation out there. If you like and share, you can share it on your social media pages. You can share this with your group of friends. Let's make sure we are not only educating, but empowering our people to know more about what's going on. All right, so let's get it started. Let's not waste no more time. Let's get it started. So most of you, a lot of you all know, I posted on Facebook that I took the first shot of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccination. My job offered it to us. I took the first shot of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccination, and I am preparing in another week to take this second shot. And so there was a lot of arguments, a lot of feelings, a lot of back and forth about it. And I wanted to talk about it tonight because it's affecting the community. And the reason why I asked these two people to be on, first of all, both of them are very educated. I only hang around smart, brilliant people because they make me seem smart when I'm in the room. So I got two smart people who can talk about it. I want them to talk from their personal perspectives of what they think. I know that they're gonna give us some facts, they're gonna give us some opinions, and I want all of that because this is what's affecting our community. Not only do I want that, but I want you all to ask your questions. Share this broadcast, like and share it. I want you to put your questions out there so we can talk about it tonight. The reason why I'm saying this to y'all is I made a couple phone calls and sent a couple text messages the day I got the vaccine. I have a guy group I talk to with Arnold and some other of my male friends now, and I send a message out. I say, "Hey, I took the vaccine," and AJ was one of the first people like, "Yeah, that's great." I called my cousin. She's my private nurse. She didn't even know she was my nurse until the day. But when I have questions, I called my nurse, and my nurse said, "I don't know if I would have did it." And so I can appreciate both sides of the spectrum. I can appreciate the one that say, "I don't know if I could do it," and I shared with both of them this feeling. I was like, I'm cool. My wife said she want me to get balls palsy. What is it, babe? What you say?
Bell's palsy.
Bell's palsy. I couldn't listen. I may have it. And so that was her feeling about it. And so you see all this information, all of this stuff going back and forth, and we need to talk about it. And so I want to get it started. And I want both of y'all to share your opinions on it as we are moving forward.
Well, let's start with a little history. Okay, can we go all the way back to history first? Because there's so much information. Good evening, everybody. One of my passions, and Jamie said I'm a pharmacist. I'm an infectious disease pharmacist, okay? So that means I've been around before SARS, N1H1 AIDS. I've worked in that community for almost 20 years. I moved into IT and kind of found my way back into this COVID research because I'm a data scientist also. So I'm working as a project manager, pulling information, seeing these numbers that are real, okay? And what I don't want for my people is for us to move to the back of the line, okay? Because I want you to understand, how many people have had COVID? Okay? It ain't real till you get it. No, I had it. I could tell you. That's another conversation for another day, but I did have it. My wife had it. But I will tell you, it all started back in 1999. Bill Gates, I got zero problem with Bill Gates because no single human being has done more for the Black community in Africa than Bill Gates. Bill Gates made a passionate plea to Warren Buffett. Two of the richest men, they made a pact to give away most of their money. So they started doing all this research in Africa. And out of that came, what is it called? The Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunizations, Gavi. They wiped smallpox and polio off the face of the planet. Smallpox killed 300 million people. I don't know what COVID's up to, but smallpox was far more deadlier. It's eradicated. It's done. It's off the face of the planet. Fast forward to the day, we have 7 vaccines that work the same way. And the difference between these vaccines and the vaccines that we all got as kids, back in the day, they would take the virus, put it in a blender, blend it up, inject parts of that dead virus into us, and our bodies would build immune responses to what wasn't common to us, but by seeing the virus. Today, we use something called messenger RNA, which is a high-tech term for we literally build this virus off of human genomes, which we know as DNA. So we build it from our own DNA and we replicate it, and your body recognizes that as the virus, even though it's not. So you're not putting anything foreign into your body. Now, we've given 34 million doses around the world so far, 12 million in the United States, and we have 4,000 allergic reactions to it. 11 million doses, 4,000. And when I talked to Jamie, I said, bro, I think what you got is a little anxiety, man. And that will cause Bell's palsy. But I do have some information on what the common.
No, let me say this. I appreciate all that. Here's my thing. We got a lot of black people who have issues because of this experiment on black people. We got black people.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Because it came out so quick. Because
you know why it came out so quick? Because the world was working on this. The entire pharmacy community, everything just stopped because of COVID. And they're not just giving this vaccine in America. They're giving this vaccine around the world. So this is the number one problem in the world. So if you go to any pharmacy company, any hospital, matter of fact, hospitals are losing money right now because they're not even doing anything but COVID. You can't come in there with a broken arm. They'd be like, well, all right, we're going to hurry up and get you out of here. But if you got elective surgery, you can't have it. So the world's focus right now is 100% on COVID, and that's why it came out so fast. But that's why Prevnar, has anybody ever heard of Prevnar? Prevnar commercials come on TV all the time. That's why Prevnar came out so fast. That's why Prevnar is it's a flu vaccine for elderly people. That's why the shingles vaccine came out so quickly. That's why the gout vaccine, it's the same concept. We are building this in a laboratory. Once we see it under a DNA microscope, we build it. The same way we got human insulin today. We don't use beef and pork insulin anymore, right? We have human insulin. We build that. So that's what I'm saying. That's why it came out so quick, Jamie. It's because the world is focused on this right now. And I think it's unfair to compare what's going on research-wise with the Tuskegee experiment. That was 85 years ago. A black man discovered this technology, and a black woman's leading the effort worldwide to get this vaccine, a black researcher. So,
and I appreciate that. You first of all, thank you for sharing this information. Let me talk to my people who are around the way. Let's make this plain. Let me tell you what is the concern. Not only does we are experimenting on with less, and the reason why I took the shot. Here's the reason why I took it. And I don't know who's gonna watch it, but the white doctors at my job were taking it. The CEO of companies were taking the shot.
Everybody's taking it.
My part, for me, the reason why I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take it, is because I watched people who got millions take the shot, and they gave me the same stuff from the same vial as they did. Because we were in the line together. They were pulling. I watched them pull my. That made me feel a little bit more comfortable.
There is no reason in the world for. How many?
You gotta take into consideration.
Okay. I get it. I can give you a great example. When AIDS came out, it was a homosexual white male disease. And I know I was standing right there in research then. When the medication came out, it was all in the black community. It was available, and people said, I'm not taking that. It's still affecting us. We put ourselves intentionally at the back of the line. We got the worst access to health care in the world, African Americans. And we have researchers, we have doctors. We have to overcome this. You understand? I mean, but let Dr. Sebi tell us something, and we eating elderberries and we smashing fruit together. And if people even could understand, like I got 2 master's degrees, a pharmacy degree, and a computer science. I didn't get that because I'm trying to kill my people. I mean, and I know a lot of committed folks that's on the front line. And to show you how serious this is, if you were in a car accident right now, God forbid, they don't have a space for you over at MedStar. Because the ERs and the ICUs are packed to capacity.
Come on, tell me your opinion. Now I need to get you in here.
Come on in.
Tell me exactly how you feel. AJ is gonna give us every piece of science. I need you to give me something how you feel.
As far as the medical reasons why, I don't know what the agenda is, but I don't know why they're pushing so hard for a vaccine when the survival rate is at least 99.9%. Whereas AIDS, if you get AIDS, you're going to die from AIDS. Where's the vaccine for AIDS? Why are they pushing it so far for this coronavirus? And AIDS has been around over almost 40 years now. So my thing is they developed it so fast to get corona, I guess everybody vaccinated, but they could have did the same amount of time, the same amount of research for the AIDS virus, and they still haven't done anything yet. So I did my own research about the COVID vaccine ingredients. The one ingredient that I really wanted to question is an enzyme that they put in it called luciferase. And if you don't believe it, look it up. It's LUCIEFERASE, luciferase. And this is an enzyme that they get from lightning bugs. Why are they putting it inside this enzyme? First of all, I don't like the name. The name just give me the heebie-jeebies. They putting it inside.
That's good for me too. I don't even want the vaccine. Get that. Jesus.
You already got it.
I'm prophesying on my own. Okay.
And so, I mean, and it's just a lot of questions for me. Bill Gates is pushing it. I get that he done a lot for Black people, but at the end of the day, he was always for depopulation, him and his whole family. And
he called for this in 2015. He nailed it. And I'll show you the video. And I'm not a big YouTube person.
Wait a minute. Go ahead, finish what you're saying.
He's not a doctor. He's not a medical doctor. So what is his interest? Did he care about people that much that he just want to put so much money into this vaccine?
Yep.
I get it.
Yep. Because to date, and 99% of people, your numbers were a little left. It's not that people are dying. A lot of people are dying from this. I mean, 4,000 people died today.
Oh yeah, the numbers are there, but it's
that's the reason why. And by the way, America is last. America has never been last on anybody's list for anything. America is one of the most developed nations in the world. America is dead last on this list. And partially it's because of the misinformation campaigns that are going on. They're insane. And if you live around, or if you, for example, with you guys' church, if you ever want to get back together worshiping and be safe, everybody has to be vaccinated. It doesn't work if some people are on it and some people don't. Well, now the world is doing this.
About those people that's allergic, do they be exempt because they're allergic?
Right, because like my little people have EpiPens, and what they're saying is if you have an EpiPen, you should not take this vaccination.
So that's not true either, Jamie. And there are allergies. No, that's not true. That's not true. I mean, you have to show it to me because I can tell you, I can show you what the CDC is saying. I got some real good information. This is not Arnold's opinion because I don't bring opinions, I bring facts. So what I have for you is what MedStar is giving out right now to people that are getting this vaccine. Now, as far as allergies go, yep, most people that take this vaccine are allergic to two things: eggs or latex. That's it.
There's the eggs.
Eggs or latex. And they ask you, but they're there. Most allergies, 99% of the allergies that we've encountered so far has happened in the waiting room. That's why they don't let you just take it and walk out the hospital. And again, everybody has to do what's comfortable for them. But I will say this, people are dying.
So let me say this, and I want Chanel to jump in here. Let me say this, that I think, and the reason why we brought out, kind of led to bring both of y'all to the table is because both of you have different opinions. And I respect the different opinions. And I listened to both of y'all opinions. When I was having them side effects, I was like, yo, what's the I was, and when I was texting you, I was texting Chanel, and I was texting, hey, this is what I'm feeling right now. This is where I'm at. This is what I'm dealing with. And I feel like, scripturally, the Bible says we perish for a lack of knowledge. And I feel like having conversations like this, dialogue like this, regardless of if we will ever see eye to eye or we will never see eye to eye, creates conversations in our community that we need to have.
Yeah,
and this is how we start. And this is where I want to do this. I want to stop real quick. Hey, if you all have questions, thoughts, opinions, I want you to post them in this. Post them so we can dialogue about them. I don't want us to just be talking and you all are listening, but I want you all to be able to post on a group. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know how you're feeling. What are you feeling about the vaccination? Chanel, I want you to go back to what you were saying. You were talking about some of the ingredients and some of the ingredients that worried you. I want you to finish that because that was important. I want you to talk about it. I see you cooking, sucking your fingers. Listen, right, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. I need you to come on.
I'm all ears. Trust me.
I know you all ears, but I'm talking about. I know you're cooking, so I don't have nothing. So.
So one of my biggest fears about the ingredients in the vaccine also is that Bill Gates, he's the main one that's pushing it, but a lot of people don't know that the enzyme that I was telling you about, the luciferase, and you can look it up, Eric, you can look it up, James, whoever's listening, look it up. Just look up what I'm saying. This cryptocurrency that's coming out, Microsoft, who is the owner of Bill Gates, got this patent with this bill. The bill number is 060606. Now, with this patent, they can track body functions, cryptocurrency, just all types of stuff with this patent. Look it up if you don't believe what I'm saying. And I believe it may have been patent last year, may even been 2018, if I'm not mistaken. I just looked it up a couple of days ago. But it's just a lot of shadiness around it. And like I said, I cannot understand, the AIDS pandemic has affected everybody globally, including the Black community. Why wasn't the focus on developing a vaccine for that? Why about the coronavirus in this day and time? And so until somebody can give me a concrete answer as to why the corona and not AIDS, I can't really say nothing about it.
Can I? No, I want. She said she wants an answer. Right. So before this hit, the number one world initiative has been the AIDS virus. And because the two scientists, one of them's name is Barrow, the other one's name is Chenault, he's French. If you ever watched the movie Philadelphia, if we could lock those two guys in the room, we'd have a vaccine for this tomorrow. The problem is we can't cure the vaccine because of the type of virus that it is. It has a polymorphic envelope, which nobody's been able to, but this vaccine here is very simple. Now, when you talk about luciferase and luciferin drugs, guess what? Anybody that has children, they can't go to school until they get vaccinated. MMR, TB, gonorrhea, smallpox, they're all luciferase. I mean, I didn't name it,
There's a vaccine for
all
gonorrhea?
luciferase compounds.
This is brand news to me. So you saying there's a vaccine for gonorrhea now?
Yes.
Wow. Then this is something I've never heard before. I'm learning something today.
Yes.
Okay.
There's one for single, and it came about through the same technology called messenger RNA. And what that means is once we understand from a genotype what something looks like at a molecular level, we can replicate it. We have a shingles vaccine. The herpes vaccine is coming out. The gonorrhea vaccine is coming out. I mean, all these are coming out because of this technology. Now, you don't have to be first in line to get it because it's not killing anybody. But I always say this. Getting vaccinated is going to be a personal choice, but it might become a public health situation. Can an airplane stop you from getting on an airplane? Yep.
Well, we'll try.
Hospital may be able to say you can't work here no more. Yep.
We'll be independent contractors.
So look, Linda Petty said this. We tend to allow our opinions and fears of others drive our decisions. We need to know the facts and make informed decisions. Me and her house, they are all be in line.
And that's fine.
Linda, and that's why I mean, for me, that's why when you said opinions, Jamie, I don't have no opinions. I spent all day looking at this research and all day pointing people to the CDC and the FDA. I don't do YouTube. I got real books on here. I mean, so all I'm asking people to do is be informed. Get all the energy you can from professional people and make your own decisions.
So let me give you the personal reason. And Arnold, I appreciate you from the medical standpoint. Let me give you the personal reason for me. This is my personal reason. I work in Montgomery County, which has the highest rate, second highest rate in the state. I work in the area that almost has an outbreak of COVID. And one of the things I say to myself, and I pray every day, is if I ain't leave home with it, I don't want to come back home with it. If I didn't leave, if I ain't walk out the door and have it, I don't want to come back home with that. And so when COVID first happened, and Montgomery County at that time was leading in cases. Although my office was supposed to be locked down, I was still interacting. I was still doing. So when I come home, I have a whole routine. I'm stripping clothes off. Don't hug me. Don't touch me.
Yeah.
I'm in the shower. I'm putting my clothes in the bag. I'm tying the bag up because in my mind, I want to do everything to protect my children, my wife, and my children. That was how I thought. And so when the opportunity to take the vaccination was presented, because I work in the healthcare part of what I do. My wife and I talked about it. We kind of wrestled about it. We went back and forth about it. She said, the decision is ultimately yours. And I'm not gonna lie. And Chanel, you can kind of chime in. I had some real fears. I had some real fears, and it's and hearing what Fauci is saying, I read some stuff, and so you hear people who say, this is my pedigree, this is what I've learned. You hear people say, no, take the vaccine. You got both sides of the fence. And realistically, the fear of the unknown is real. And a lot of times when we're reading things about the COVID vaccine, the nano, what that's actually about, I asked you about nano.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this? And I got this in my body. Like, I got that. They tracking me. And then, as black people, come on, y'all, let's keep it 100%.
Jamie, if you got false teeth, if you got any implants, if you got anything in your body that you wasn't born with, guess what? They tracking you. If you got one of these, hold on. If you got one of these, they tracking you. I'm about to get me a Why anybody want to track me? If they track me, all they're gonna find is Jesus. Because we spend so much time with this anxiety and this fear. Listen, this is God's COVID medicine. That's how I look at it. There were people whose steps were ordered to create this. There was people who was redirected, who was inspired. And if you can't wrap your mind around that, then you're right. It means nothing. But I am a COVID survivor. I had the disease. You know what I mean? It hit me like a ton. And in the beginning, I was very like, nah, let me see what this is about. I went to work and I started looking at them numbers. I started looking at them spikes. Christmas, people was going, oh no, we having a small get together. There's 47 people in my grandmother's room. And next thing you know, the numbers I'm looking at numbers every day. And it's just, for me, I'm like, wow. But if you saw the numbers every day, you would say the same thing. And I think but everybody has to make a choice.
I'm looking at the numbers every day. I'm looking at how many 4,000 people are dying from this. So it's a pandemic. It's definitely a pandemic. And right here, this is where I think me and Chanel agree at. It was like, hey, AIDS has been a pandemic for years.
No, AIDS isn't a pandemic.
Well,
it's an epidemic. It's worldwide, and it ain't going nowhere no time soon.
So here's the other thing. Here's the other part. Okay, we got cancer. We got all these other things going on. And don't get me wrong. I'm going to take the second shot. I'm saying that's where I'm
there is a treatment for AIDS.
But wait a minute. Let me finish what I'm saying. These things are thought of the Black community. And you have been educated. AJ, you went to school for 800 years and you're still in school to make sure you know everything about it. That's not the typical African American experience.
I understand that. So are we going to talk about the fear? Or are we going to talk about changing some of the?
I think we got to talk. If you're going to be effective, we got to talk about both. You got to talk. You can't.
Okay, I'm gonna wait. Because the narrative is what it is. Everybody brings that, and I get it. I'm not trying to fight anybody. Look, I could be eating my dinner right now. Y'all can believe whatever it is y'all want. I have no problem with that.
Right.
But the misinformation is mind-numbing. Because at
what's
the end
misinformation? What are people saying about it? Can we hear some of the people that's in? Like, what is some of the misinformation?
Everybody who's listening.
Can I tell you what the misinformation is? The misinformation.
So my mother said everything is about wealth, cancer, now COVID-19. This is what people are saying. And so I want your comments. Put your comments on the thing. Let's know what you're talking about. this going to push my brother to the edge because he is
No, it's not, because at the end of the day, if I was to use my crystal ball, what people need to know is right now we are behind in giving this vaccine, right? We supposed to have 100 million people vaccinated. We got 11 million people, and those people got to go back and get another dose. So maybe half of them don't even go, right? I'm just telling you what's going to happen. 5 years from now, COVID's going to be off the planet. Oh, except in the Black community. And then all of a sudden, getting vaccine going to be hard.
Well, tell it to the
Why,
people.
tell me why would it be
Think
hard?
about it.
Vaccine. I wonder how they feeling. The people who face droop down, like how are they feeling? Because I would feel, if that was me that got the vaccine and my face started.
Well,
You
you're talking about those 2 people over in the UK. Well, they
it
both
wasn't
had.
2 people. It was way more than 2 people, brother. You got to do
You have
more
to
to
show.
say
You have
that.
to show me that article, because the article that I read, and there's 7 companies, and it was
2
the
people?
Moderna. It was 2 people.
Oh, wow.
2 people in the UK. That was all. That was all it
seen
was.
a black nurse actually that was in Tennessee, and I need to go to my aunt's page. I'm gonna share it to you, Jamie, when we get off the phone. Actually, I'm gonna share it to your page, Jamie.
Sure.
I mean, look. I'm not here. Look, I know this passionate for people. I'm very disengaged, and I just happen to be excited about what I do for a living.
Mhm.
I get it. Whoever not going to get the vaccine, don't get it. Eventually that day come. You know how many people ever said to me, I know my body? And you know what my answer was to them? Until you get sick. Until you get sick.
So listen, and the reason why I asked both of y'all to the table is because both of y'all are very passionate, and I think sometimes this is what we need. Again, this is the conversations we need to have as a community. These are the things that we need to discuss, and we need to hear all sides of the table. There's nothing wrong with this. So, Mother also said, can't happen because Black people work all over the world. We will not be the only ones with COVID. And so let me say this. And this is my question for you, Arnold. So you said that 5 years they're gonna wipe COVID off the planet, but they'll still be affecting the Black community.
I'm just saying that could happen, right?
So what would stop the vaccine from even if we have the misconception, even if we have I don't know, I want to wait till 2-3 rounds go out before we take the vaccine. And that was my first perspective. Let me wait a minute before I do this. I don't know. Let's hold that off.
That's reasonable. That's right. Reasonable.
But so when you say that, the Black community gonna miss the boat, why would they stop producing vaccines? If this is a pandemic, why would they stop producing it?
Because of the reasons that you guys are saying, right? It's not fashionable to save us, right? So, I mean, I just feel like, well, first, anybody under 40 that don't work in a hospital don't need to get vaccinated. Those ain't the people. It's our seniors, it's our elderly, it's our frontline workers, it's our school teachers that need to be vaccinated. So if you work at the post office, don't get vaccinated. It's that simple. But if you work in the hospital and you don't get vaccinated, find another job. So they're not gonna let you in there.
I'm glad you just made the point. I have one of the members of the church on here, and she says, her name is Nikki. She said, I work in healthcare as well, and I have a real fear of getting vaccinated. But I thought about the fact that I have my family to come home to.
There you go.
About the patients that aren't completely honest about where they've been.
Absolutely.
Quarantine before surgery.
Absolutely. Okay, so what about so here's how deep it is too. And I'm not supporting this. I'm only telling you what I'm seeing and reading. The airline industry is now going to tie this to a passport. Okay? You could conceivably not be able to enter a country if you're not vaccinated.
Shay, I want to ask you this question, and we can come back to it, but I don't want to forget this question.
Mm-hmm.
Shay, you're a nurse. You're a private duty nurse. You actually go to people's homes, take care of them, and not only do you have nurse, but you teach, and you help people get their license to be RNs. So that's her background. I want you to, from a nursing perspective, going into people's homes, how do you feel about, because you work with the older population, am I correct?
Yeah, I work with people of all ages, but mainly adults to older people.
Right. So I want to talk about, how do you feel about entering the homes and dealing with people who may have not been honest about their whereabouts and what they're doing? How do you feel about that?
I don't, because I don't feel any way about it, Jamie, because you would never know. People can tell you what they
yeah.
want to tell you, but you still would never know because you can't track everything with everybody. The same thing with myself. I can go to the supermarket and that's all I could be is at the supermarket, but how many people in the supermarket? You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I feel like that vaccine is a personal choice. I really feel like it should be for people who has underlying conditions that are afraid of getting it. But like I said, doing my research, I may have been off by 99%, but the CDC does says you have a 97% chance of surviving it, whether you have underlying conditions or not. So, you know, it's just, I don't know, it can be taken from a lot of aspects. And I'm just speaking on a personal opinion. I really feel like people should get it if they want, but me personally, I will not get the vaccine until I feel like the full research is done on it.
Understood. And let me ask you this. So in order for have your RN and working your job, do you have to get a flu shot?
No, because
Okay.
because flu shot have stuff in it that cause allergic reactions. So it's an option. I know I worked at a couple places before and they demanded that you get it. And if you don't get it, you had to wear a face mask as long as you was on the unit. Luckily, I've never had the flu except for when I was a small child.
Okay. See, I'm not familiar with ambulatory. So yeah, but I can tell you 4,000 people a day, we ain't seen numbers like that with nothing. I mean, and that's a lot of people. That's not healthy people. All right. I mean, I had it, and I could tell you my personal experience. My fever was 105 for 14 straight days, and that was in September, when we right in the middle, right? And I'm thinking to myself every day, am I gonna wake up tomorrow? That was the worst for me, was the anxiety. But by the 5th day, 6th day, I was fine, and I just said, well, you know what? I couldn't even stand up. That's how bad it was. Now I can't. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Cut you off, but I do have a lot of colleagues, quite a lot of colleagues that works in all the hospitals all around, even in different states. I have friends that work in Hawaii. They all doing travel nurses. These are people I went to college with, people that I've knew from LPN school back when I was a licensed practical nurse. Even these nurses are saying that a lot of these people that come into the hospital, they don't even have COVID. They may even have a symptom or something, but when they're dying, they automatically send it's COVID just to hurry and get them out of there and do whatever they do. Now, that's a conversation that people don't like to have. And these are nurses I know that's actually working in the field. They're saying that people are not
a lot of people.
COVID.
We never,
but a lot of people not. They just marking up as that because the doctors may not or want to do the job and figure out like why, whatever the case may be. But a lot of people die from underlying conditions and they're blaming it on COVID. So when you look at the numbers, on TV,
COVID
you can't always go by the media.
Well, COVID exacerbates the underlying.
It definitely does, but
nobody dies of COVID. I want to be clear about that. Nobody dies of COVID. What they die of is organ failure or respiratory problems that they already had. You're exactly right.
So what are the numbers on TV when they're saying that 4,000 people died of COVID today, or the numbers that I see on the news?
It's because they're attributing it to COVID. That's how it works. Like, for example, if a person has COPD and they get pneumonia, they're probably going to die, and they're going to say they died of pneumonia. You know, in other words, when your body's not strong enough to sustain it, it's the virus. It's the vaccine. The virus is always going to get the blame. I just really, really want people to get good information. I got something on the screen to share with you, Jamie. I put it in the text box for you guys.
Let's see. Yeah.
MD, ready?
I'm a copy.
Every day.
I'm going to share that.
That's the state of Maryland. You can ask all the questions you want. I also have a document that I'll send to you about what to tell your doctor before you get the vaccine, what to tell your doctor, what to tell your doctor after you get the vaccine. So if people aren't feeling right,
can we always trust our government to have our best interest at heart when it comes to health? Because at the end of the day, it's a money ran business. At the end of the day, if we're not sick, how are they going to get paid?
But
if we're all healthy, the doctors don't get paid, so they need money some type of way. So we can't always blame it on the government. They have our best interest at heart, because they always don't. I hate to break it to y'all, but the government don't always have our best interest at heart.
I can hear that, but so now this is my point of view with it, and this is just me. This is the only reason why my rationale behind me taking the COVID vaccination.
Because the doctors got it.
because I watched, and you said, and this is what I said. I watch people who are very wealthy,
Right.
who are on that top 5%. Now, AJ, you better give my opinion. This is why I did it.
I know. I'm listening. I'm listening.
Mhm.
I like them top 5. Take that shot
I like to believe the body of Christ.
because they're not. Huh?
I like to believe the body of Christ. I don't work for the government.
Because the God has not given us spirit of fear, but of power. I got the Bible.
It might not line up. It might not line up. Listen. It might not line up.
And so everybody has to have. And I'm saying it because everybody has to have their own.
I get it. I really do.
For me, was realistically predicated around. I'm watching these people. If it is something they're trying to take out the African, if there is something that's crazy, if it is something that's different, I'm watching these people with money get the same shot I'm getting.
Can we talk about the African American community for a second?
Huh?
Can we talk about the African American community for a second?
Sure.
I'm always confused when people say black people. Which black people? You got wealthy black people. You got working black people. You got Negroes on the street black people. Which black people? We have, this ain't 1954, man. We have evolved. You understand? Hold on, because I'm doing a lot of this. I just want to get this in here. The head of the top doctor in this country is black. Some of the head surgeons at some of these hospitals are black. The woman that invented this is black. This ain't the Tuskegee experiment. I'm trying not to be too passionate because
we don't know that because there hasn't been enough experience on it.
You don't have to take it. All I'm asking people to do is digest good information.
Right, for sure.
Good information.
And I appreciate that. So let me make this.
Now Facebook, now YouTube.
Sat on this panel from the.
YouTube is really good with CDC.
Go read a book. No, it's not. And say anything we want, and it's never going to be checked. It's never going to be validated.
Well, no, the CDC does have a YouTube channel.
I understand that. I understand
but those
that.
Can't read. They may need visual aids. Some people don't learn by reading. They learn by watching a video.
Linda said,
"Thank you, Linda. Thank you. We not all together. I'm not.
Nobody said that. I'm just saying everybody do their own research. Actually, I'm a vaccinator. I start my vaccination job next week as a part-time, so I'll be vaccinated. But like I said, as a person, for me personally, I would have to see more people get it and more of a research from a research standpoint.
Well, I'm the one out of the group who got it.
Well,
yeah. I'm gonna be the one. Huh?
All the researchers got it.
Right. All
the researchers got it. I'm mad because I ain't get it because I'm working from home.
Right. I'm gonna be the test.
I wanted to be in the study, to be honest with you, because they didn't have enough of us in the study. I wanted to be in the study.
So you didn't get vaccinated yet? Why not?
Because I work from home. My wife going tomorrow. My wife's on healthcare too.
Are you going to get it at some point?
Yeah, I'm going to get mine probably in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
I've been pushing this vaccine for months. So look, when it's time, I put my money. I wanted to be first because I wanted to go. Hey, bro, look. I was mad when I saw Jamie's pictures. I said, "How you get
in there?" Listen, so
you want to go with me and go get? I think we should go get ours together.
And I ain't think about that. Like she moved on.
I heard him, but I was like, maybe next year at some point I will, because I have small children myself, and one of my sons does have asthma, so he has an underlying condition. But like I said, I just need to see just a little bit more research in the side effects of it, because I can't speak from a standpoint as to what people are doing and how people reacting from it. It's just too clear for me. That's all.
Yeah, for real, it is.
So let me say this. Thank you both for your taking time out your busy day. Doing a minute a week to step on. I appreciate your passion. I knew I was going to have a great time with you all. On Facebook, it's on YouTube Live, so they can check it out. They'll watch it, and hopefully this conversation help empower some people to make and help start some conversations. And that's the whole purpose. Let's talk about what we need to discuss. And I felt like the African American community is always one step behind in information.
Right.
You know, Jamie, you wanted one thing. I'm gonna shut up at this. I promise. I would like to see a more of an investment come into the community and actually educate, come into the black church, come into, we got the business, and I can't tell you how many outbreaks we're having, right? And it's the elderly population that I'm more scared about. It's not. So again, I want to be clear. I think we on 1B. Like 1A was frontline workers, people that worked in nursing homes, nursing home residents. 1B is people that work in hospitals. So when we get to level 2, that's when anybody from 16 to 65, it's not the 30-year-olds that need to be vaccinated. It's the people, that with obesity, asthma, any respiratory problems. So
Diabetes.
diabetes, yeah. So God bless everybody. I just want y'all to make sure that y'all stay safe and get all the information you can.
Again, thank you. I appreciate that, and that's true. Everybody doesn't need to be vaccinated, but I just want to make sure that we are having the conversation. AJ, you're absolutely right. It starts with opportunities like this. We started this whole coffee conversations thing last year to talk about stuff. It's affecting the church, it's affecting the black community, it's affecting our family, and it's to empower us. Again, I knew y'all had different opinions, but I asked y'all to be on there. It was just for this moment. I want to be able to represent all sides. I want to be able to see all sides of the coin, and everybody got a feeling. But I appreciate that you have shared your passion, your views, your thoughts, and we're able to bring it to the table. And hopefully, when somebody who's watched us live or maybe watching later on will feel compelled to have the conversation in their house. The Bible says our people perish for a lack of knowledge. Mm-hmm. And they say that if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in between a book. So I want to make sure that we're not just having conversations, but we're reading it.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that's what we're doing. And you said that God has not given us a spirit of fear, power, and a sound mind. But here's also what the Bible does say: we perish for a lack of wisdom. And so I want to make sure that we are making good, conscious decisions for each other. I can't tell you what to do. Nobody can tell you what to do. You got to do what's best for you and your family. And we're encouraging you to do just that. All right. Everything we do, we always invoke God in it. We want to make sure that you know Him as your personal Savior. And if you get COVID and you are scared that you're going to see Jesus, the Bible says if you confess and believe that He rose with all power, you shall be saved. That's the best thing we can do. Make sure that you know Jesus, especially when you got COVID. All right, y'all. Listen, thank you all so much. Thank you for tuning in the broadcast. Please like it and share it. We're grateful for all of your time tonight.
Amen. Let's touch and agree, brother.